channel. Today we're going to look at some of the aspects and charts, astrological charts, in relation to Donald Trump and some of the military actions that he's taken since his inauguration. And this is going to be quite interesting. There is lots to look at, and there actually could be a fair amount of detail involved in this. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the mother of all bombs that was dropped, as we can see here, the 13th of April 2017. And I just want to point out that this chart here, the inside chart, is Donald Trump's chart, and the one outside, the mother of all bomb chart, is the transiting aspects on the 13th of April 2017. So that being said, here's what a mother of all bomb looks like. And here is what the result looks like. So, as I said, you will find as we go along that the relationship in Donald Trump's chart, the person who authorizes these strikes, is the most important thing. We're not talking about one country to another. We're talking about the commander-in-chief and what he is doing on a specific day. So that being said, if you like what we're talking about, hit the like, subscribe, and notification button, and make sure that you tell all your friends about this channel and about what we're talking about. So again, back to Donald Trump, and here we have the second issue that we're going to talk about, which is a cruise missile strike. This is what a cruise missile looks like. This is what happens. In this case, you can fire them off of ships. You can drop them out of planes. There's lots of ways that they can be delivered, but in this case, they were dropped, or they were fired off of ships, and ships are in the water. And that being said, Cancer rules. Cancer is a water sign, and that will show up as we go along. So now, this chart is the 59 missiles into Syria in 2017. And so what have we got here? We have Mars explosives in Taurus again, squared natal Mars. Okay? So here we go. We're always looking at this natal Mars. So again, we have Donald Trump's chart in the middle, and we have the transit chart of the explosions on the outside. And like I said, interestingly enough, we have transiting Mars squared natal Mars. This was 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles that were fired from the Mediterranean into Syria. Next, we are showing this aspect, which is Pluto. It's the higher vibration of Mars in Capricorn, and Capricorn is containers and boundaries, and this is opposition Saturn in the 12th house of hidden secret attacks in Cancer. So this 12th house is the house of secrets, and the transit here is transiting Pluto, and it is opposition Saturn in the 12th house. Now, I would like to point out that President Trump's main theme with these Mars surgical strikes is to contain Capricorn, a wider war, Mars, that causes death and destruction, Pluto. And now we're coming up to speed here. This chart is Donald Trump's chart a few days before the planned airstrike in Iran. So as I said, chart number 1 is Donald Trump's natal chart. Chart number 2 is the event chart, the 29th of December. And what do we see? We see transiting Mars in Scorpio, the sign of death, squared natal Mars. And this was a few days before the drone strike. And this is a possible picture of the type of drone used, And this is the person, the target, the person that was taken out, Soleimani. And now we're going to move on to Soleimani's violent death. And so as we can see, the inside chart is Soleimani's rectified chart, and the outside chart is the transit chart. So because I couldn't find a time on Soleimani's birth, I rectified this with the information that was available. So this may possibly be close to his birth time, and I would like to go through this chart with you. So what do we have here? We have natal Mars explosives in the 12th house of secret things. Okay, so that's in his natal chart. We have natal Pluto death in a T-cross to both natal and transiting Mars explosives. So this is the T-cross. And as I said, this is transiting Mars that rules explosives in the 6th house of health. So it's in opposition to natal Mars. And he has Saturn, ruler of the 8th house of death, in his 6th house of health, which doesn't bode well. So that's the picture that we see for Soleimani on the day of his death. And here we have the relationship between Donald Trump and Soleimani. This is seen through Donald Trump's eyes because he has the chart in the middle. So chart number 1 in the middle is Donald Trump. Chart number 2 is Soleimani. And chart number 3 is the transits that cause these aspects on the day that they happened. So as we've seen here, we have this T-cross with Mars. We have transiting Mars, as I said, conjuncting Trump's natal Mars, and we have transiting Mars opposition Soleimani's Mars. And so Soleimani's Mars is squared Donald Trump's Mars. That's actually the important point here. And interestingly enough, Donald Trump's Mars, natal Mars, is actually conjunct Soleimani's Pluto, which rules death. So this is a very interesting chart, and this is the relationship and how Donald Trump views Soleimani. So again, we'd like to go back to President Trump's main theme here, which is to contain Capricorn, a wider war Mars that causes death Pluto. And we can see that Mars represents surgery and blood, or surgical strikes, very fine detailed strikes. And if you like this video, like I said, I would like you to please hit the like, subscribe, and notification button. Tell all your friends and comment below. And thank you for coming